Hi, I'm Jared Pierson. A little bit about myself. I was actually born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is tough to believe, I'm certain, based on this thick Southern accent I've developed over the past 8 years of being down here in Georgia. But it's true. It's true. I'm a Midwesterner. I have three brothers, two older, one younger, and then I have a baby sister. So there's five kids. Good old Catholic family up in the Midwest is what we came from. Um, few more fun facts about myself. I love to travel. I've been to 47 of the 50 states. Still missing Idaho, Arkansas. Although that one hurts because I was literally right across the river, and North Dakota. So missed a duck hunting trip up in North Dakota. So that one was almost achievable too. So one of these days I'll try to get there before I turn 40. So get all 50 before 40. So I started my career at 18 years old. I started at Generac Power Systems. I started to go to college, and yeah, we come from humble beginnings. Us five kids. So after the first semester of college, I I could not afford to go anymore. So I had to go get a full time job. I've been working odd jobs since I was 13 years old, for ref and volleyball, which I didn't. I never played volleyball, so to be a referee at the age of 15 was comical at best. I did odd jobs for landscaping. I worked at Kmart back. I don't even know if Kmart's still a store. I worked at a whole bunch of retail places, just a bunch of places just to keep going. And then, yeah, come my first semester of college, all the money ran out. So I started at Generac Power Systems in 2001. It was February 26, 2001. I started in their info center, which is no longer a thing. That hasn't been. But one of our first tasks that we had at Generac, that I was kind of proud to be part of because it's somewhat come full circle is we started scheduling what was called the Power Trick Truck. This is a 53-foot tractor trailer that Generac decided no one wanted to come to Wisconsin 6 months out of the year due to the weather. So they were going to bring Generac to them. So I was one of the folks that scheduled this around to engineering firms across the country, not knowing that fast forward 20 years, I'm still calling on those engineering firms here as part of my responsibilities here at ESSE. So um, how did I end up at ESSE? That was one of my first jobs, scheduling that power trip truck um, at Generac. That kind of grew into, we started the electrical wholesaler market, which literally they were at $0 by about 2004. That market had opened up. Shoot, by the time I left, it was a 60, $70 million market. Now it's hundreds of millions of dollars. It's a great market for them, but that's where I cut my teeth on outside sales. Um, and then I moved into our national accounts department at Generac, which kind of gave me a little bit better experience of exactly how to deal with high level accounts, kind of different aspects of that job. Walking into a T-Mobile corporate office or Kroger corporate office and speaking with the procurement manager that's buying hundreds and hundreds of units, as opposed to an electrical wholesaler that taking nothing away from them. It's a counter guy or it's a sales guy that pushes 10,000 items, and yeah, you're just another sales guy. So cut my teeth on a couple different levels of sales on that. That being said, it was time for me to kind of experience something above and beyond what Generac could offer me. It's a bit of a bubble for you can cut that part out. That's probably not good to say. But moving on from Generac, I wanted to get more operational sales experience. Again, we were working for the manufacturer, and that only goes so far. I wanted to fully engage the sales process from nuts to bolts. So work on calling on the contractors, work on that again that operational side of things. Develop that from the engineer to writing the specification to calling on the contractor to again gain that experience to kind of add to my level of competency here in this market and kind of continue to improve to be one of the best resources here in this power generation market. So I was lucky enough that ESSE was hiring, although they were hiring for Nashville, Tennessee, which is that Mike and Alan can attest to this. That's what I was applying for. I was all set to shine up my boots and go live in Nashville. I interviewed, and I still can't tell if it was a little too well or a little too bad, but there was an opening also in Atlanta, which I was less desired to go there. Looking back on it, it was a much better move for me. I didn't. I had traveled to Atlanta several times before, and it was literally you fly into Hartsfield Jackson, you drive up 85, and maybe bounce up and down inside the perimeter. I didn't have any exposure to what greater size Atlanta actually had. You're an hour from the mountains, you're 5 hours from either coast. You're still 4 hours from Nashville, so I can scratch that itch. It's just much more. The city is much more my speed. Um, I know we're Milwaukee, not the biggest city, but I had spent years and years traveling through bigger cities: Boston, Philadelphia, DC, Pittsburgh, some of these bigger metropolitan areas. So Atlanta was, again, same hat for me. I would say my favorite part of working at Energy System Southeast is, I can't say there's one thing. There's several things, but they all kind of bleed together. The One of my favorite things is the camaraderie. The atmosphere is second to none. I mean, there's folks here at ESSC that, I mean, all my family's back up in Wisconsin, so I always call ESSC my second family because it's I see everyone else here a lot more than I see my actual blood. So, but it truly is. I mean, there's people that care, genuinely care, genuinely have genuine passion for what they do, and that's infectious. That's something that I've always gravitated towards is people that truly have desire, that have integrity, and all these different things that just make people good people. But then that other side of things, it's I'm competitive as can be. So I, I rarely run into somebody who doesn't feel the same way, that they like to win. I like to win, sure, of course. Everyone likes to win. Nobody likes to lose, but whether or not you have a culture, and whether or not you have leadership that inspires winning, that rewards winning, that knows how to manage that. That was something that, after just talking with certain folks at ESSC before I even started, I knew was something that they knew the formula. So not only could I bring what I had experienced, and some of the success that I had that could help lend itself to making that even greater, but I could also sharpen my tools based on all the great folks that ESSC already had, that were already extremely competitive, that were already extremely successful in what they did, and see if we could elevate that, see if we could bring home more Eagle Awards. And the company since 2013 has grown tremendously since I started. And I think that's a tip of the cap to the culture that's been designed here. And I think it's the best part is it's such a genuine culture. You can tell when a culture is forced, or it's spoken to as this is what they want to be, but not necessarily that type of culture. ESSC is as genuine, as hardworking, as competitive, and again checks off all the boxes as far as a place that is rewarding, for spending 40 to 50 to 60 hours of your life every single weekend. So I am rarely not working. I say that somewhat in jest. I do work a lot. I do enjoy what I do. And so it's not, to me, everyone needs a break. Don't get me wrong. But I genuinely love what I do. It's tough to turn off passion. So I can't show up Monday at 8 a.m. And decide I'm going to be passionate about selling generators, or working with our sales team, our service team, our folks here at ESSC. I often think about the job, the strategy, the people, uh, all the time. I mean, it's so but when I'm not truly working, sitting in front of this computer, I love fishing. I love hunting. I go up to Wisconsin deer hunting every single year. Lucky enough to have a couple friends with some farmland out there and fill my freezer with venison annually. I love camping, just being outdoors. Big into martial arts. Been doing kickboxing for years. Doing karate right now. Spend time with my family. I've got a 2.5-year-old daughter that keeps me as entertained as I've ever been. And just watching her grow is something that I don't know if that's a hobby, but I love it. My wife, who is just my heart, I mean, she is the best person I've ever met, continuously pushes me to be a better worker, more disciplined, more loving, more caring, think of things from different points of view. So, I mean, again, it's just growing with them. Oddly enough, that's a hobby. So, yeah, outside of that, I've brewed my own beer, certain things like that. Coming from Milwaukee, it just seemed right. I mean, the city was founded on brewing beer, so I must have caught that itch here as a youngin. So right now, I'm extremely excited about 2021. I know that sounds, yeah, cliche. Of course, I'm excited about the new year, but we came off a very successful 2020. Again, we were awarded uh, Eagle Award and several other awards from Generac, which again is a major supplier of ours. But as a company, ESSE had grown substantially. We've expanded our service capabilities well outside the 4.5 states that we had previously done, and continued to expand. Um, our sales team had done extremely well, especially with the adversity that COVID had kind of presented itself. Where again, as an outside sales guy, it's much of your job is getting in and being relevant within the market, gaining relationships, gaining success through relationships, and not being able to go and shake somebody's hand or yeah, kind of do the same things. Presented a challenge that every one of our guys stepped up. I mean, I think everything from top down. I mean, again, our accounting side, our service side, our parts side, our human resources side. I mean, look at the things, our marketing side. So many of the things that are present today in 2021 that weren't here 6 months ago, that weren't here a year ago, that weren't here 5 years ago. I mean, all those things make me excited. I can't wait to think about March 2022 and think of all the new things that we're thinking about, we're planning right now that actually come to fruition. So, I mean, even things like this, like making a video about a monthly newsletter. Um, I might be the only one excited about this because this is probably boring as heck to some people, but I mean, it's just keeping things different, keeping things mixed up a bit. So I'm extremely excited about that, um, and everything else. I mean, I get inspired by everyone else's passion, um, and I see an awful lot of it at ESSE right now to want to do better, to want to take the responsibilities that are given to you and expand those beyond to help for the greater good. So it's not just looking at the job or the process in front of you and saying, all right, this is all I got to do. It's looking at that, and it's looking at different ways. Can I improve this? Can I do something differently here that might be more efficient? It's I mean, that type of stuff. I mean, again, inspires everyone else to really look deep within themselves to see, am I doing the best? Am I pushing the limits? Is this my capacity, and is this going to be forever my capacity, or can I go this much more? So um, I'm excited to see all the talent that we have that has been at ESC for years, and then even new talent that brings in new ideas and influences even more. So that's what excites me. That, and it's getting warm out, and it's nice weather to go out and having a cold beer. So I'm excited about that. So